So I watched Alex's video asking the question of whether or not Triple H as head of creative is overrated. And I think Alex brought up a lot of good points. Mainly the fact that no, Triple H is not overrated as the head of creative in WWE right now. That instead he knows exactly what he's doing. He is exactly, where he needs to be right now when it comes to WWE and, booking talent, in certain scenarios that he feels is going to get them over. And why? Because Triple H has been in the position they've been in before. He's been in a position since the start of his career where he is told, okay, you need to tweak this, you need to tweak that, or you need to try this move, or you need to try that move, or you need to try this finisher, you need to try that finisher, by everybody that's taught him and trained him in this business. He's also been in the position of being told, okay, we want you to go out there and say this. We want you to go out and do this. We want you to go out and act like this. He's been in that position as well. So taking all of that he's learned throughout his career, evolving from when he first started on the indies in places like IWF, all the way up to the day he put his boots in the ring and hung them up, at WrestleMania here in WWE, he's taking all of that and he's applying it. He's applying it to the talent that's on Raw and SmackDown. That's what he's doing. He's applying it to the talent on Raw and SmackDown. And he also sees that the talent he has on Raw and SmackDown might need more opportunity to develop and shine, which is why he's not afraid of letting them go down to NXT and have Shawn work with them and put them into scenarios that kind of correlate and tie in to what goes on Raw or SmackDown, or is their own separate thing. He's not afraid to do that. Vince, on the other hand, the difference between him and Vince is if a talent wanted to go down to NXT because they weren't getting opportunities that they thought they would get, Vince wouldn't have a problem because he'd be like, hey, as long as it keeps you busy and everything, gets you out of my hair, I'm fine. Let them deal with you down there. That's all that matters to him. That would be all that matters to him. But the thing is with Triple H, he's not that way. Like, he'll let talents go down there and maybe win championships and all that because he knows if they bring that championship up to Raw or SmackDown, it gets more exposure for the championship and the brand, and everything, and gets people to tune in to see exactly, okay, what's going on down there. But he also knows that, hey, if I send someone like, let's say, Dominic Mysterio down there, it's going to give Dominic more experience, to get better in the ring, going up against different talent, if not familiar talent, that he's gone up against before. So Triple H, Triple H basically, again, is using his experience to make all of this happen, to basically allow talent to grow as best they can. Because he also knows it takes time for a talent to grow. I mean, do you think anybody thought when he came into WWE back in '95 that, Hunter Hearst Helmsley was going to get over the way he did in the next several years, the next 4 to 5 years? No. They didn't think he would. They didn't think, this blue blood would become WWE champion within 4 years of his debut. They didn't think that. But what happened? That all became a reality because he evolved. He grew. He took what he learned, about evolving his character and learning from the best, and he used that to build himself into who he is today. As well as even back then, when he first became champion. He took what he's learned to build himself into what he is then and what he is today. And like I said, he's taking all of that and trying to help apply it to the talent, that he knows is going to be the future of this business. I mean, a lot of people look at DIY, Ciampa and Gargano, and they basically a lot of people would say, this is your Triple H, Shawn Michaels of the future, of the new generation. And they wouldn't be wrong because we got a taste of that in NXT Black and Gold. We got a taste of that back in NXT Black and Gold. So they wouldn't be wrong about that. And you can only imagine that once that happens again on the main roster, it's going to be even bigger, it's going to be even bigger and better. And Triple H knows that because he's been in that position when he was feuding with Shawn Michaels. So, Triple H does know what he's doing, which is why he is exactly where he needs to be, like Alex pointed out. He is exactly where he needs to be, as far as being head of creative, in the company. He knows exactly, because he knows exactly what needs to be done based on his own experience. Based on his own experience, he knows what needs to be done. Now, is he always going to hit home runs? No. Nobody's going to, I think Alex pointed it out best. Nobody is perfect. Nobody's going to be perfect in what they do. And Triple H, just like the talent he's working with, right now on Raw and SmackDown, and by extension NXT, Triple H himself is also learning still about being the head of creative, about being a booker and doing what he has to do to get talent over. And what he's doing right now to help that happen is he's using his experience as someone that's been in the position they're in right now to make that a reality. But over time, he's going to probably utilize some other lessons he's learned from those that have experience in creative, in basically being very creative, with stories and characters and all that. Over time, he's going to learn how they are able to apply their experience to what goes on in the company with talent and everything. And he's going to take that, and he's going to learn from that, and he's going to take that and add it on to what he's learned already. And boy, when that happens, let the magic really begin, if you know what I mean. The point that I'm getting at is that Triple H understands, through and through exactly what needs to be done, because again, he's using his own experience as a talent in the ring, to help the talent today get over and improve the characters and everything for the future. But he's also, like the talent of today, he's also learning the ropes when it comes to the position he's in of being head of creative and head booker. This is why, whether we like it or not, he still keeps people like Bruce Pritchard around, why he keeps people like Kevin Dunn around. Because basically they still have, he can still learn from them, certain things that he can apply, on top of what he already knows. He's going to take take certain things that they still have to teach him and apply it onto what he already knows and what he's already utilizing. This is why he keeps people like, let's say, a Michael Hayes around and so on. Because that, and Adam Pearce, because they have experience that he can learn from and apply it to what he does in the future. So Triple H is exactly where he needs to be. Because one, he has experience that's going to experience being in the position that the talent is currently in right now. He's been in that position in the past, when he was active in the ring, and he's taking that experience and helping to apply it to the talent of today. He's also still got a lot to learn being in the position he's in, which is why he still keeps people like Pritchard and Dunn and others around. Because once he learns what he needs to learn from them, he applies that to what he already knows currently, and when he does that, more magic happens. Even it makes things better than they've ever been before. But I just wanted to do this little reply, give you my thoughts on it. And until next time, guys, I will talk to y'all later. God bless. Take care.